All right, hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of My Health, Your Health with Kevin Vaughan. And I gotta recognize my brother from another mother, man, Dr. JJ Levine. How you doing, sir? Good to see you
I
today.
am fantastic, sir. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for your time. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time as well. This is a wonderful edition of My Health, Your Health with Dr. JJ today, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you guys to pay attention because we're going to read his bio in a little bit here, guys. I'm going to read my disclaimer because I am not a doctor. Now, Dr. Levine's a doctor. I am not a doctor. I'm a doctor of technology, Dr. JJ. So I want to make sure everybody knows that so there's no confusion about this wonderful information you're going to share with us today. Doc, before we get started, though, I always like to have our guests say a few words of encouragement, empowerment, anything you want to say to folks, because, you know, things are happening right now, man. Around the globe, people are getting bombed somewhere on this planet. It just don't even make sense to me that they're losing their house. A lot of stuff going on, Doc. Anything you'd like to say before we get started?
Yeah, it's unfortunately throughout the entire history of humankind, it's always
Woo!
occurred.
Yeah,
It's
Doc.
happening now. It's going to happen for the near future.
Yeah.
And, just God bless you all. Take care of yourself. Look out for each other.
Yeah.
And you never know how powerful what you think,
Yeah.
say, do today and how it'll affect the lives of millions tomorrow. So it doesn't cost you anything to practice kindness, to smile,
Right.
and
Right.
you never know what somebody's going through. So
Right.
that's my challenge for you today. Just
Yeah.
when you're done watching this, just be kind with people, be extra nice, put an extra
Oh,
smile there.
absolutely, Doc. Doc, I had a friend of mine. I was on Facebook or somewhere, and some people just want a hug, Doc. You know, just a hug. They want a genuine hug from somebody today, you know? And it could be a bump, right? A fist bump, handshake, maybe just a kiss on the cheek. Just say, hey, I'm important too out here. So guys, just be kind, as Dr. JJ just mentioned, guys. Dr. J is right on point there. And I'm so concerned about people just not enjoying each other on a daily basis too, Doc. So thank you for your time today as well. Hey guys, we thank you for your precious time as well. We're going to get with Doc here. Hey, before we get started, guys, because we're going to talk about health and wellness, we got a powerful company called ESSANTE Organics. You're going to hear more about that, but I got to read my disclaimer only because I am not a doctor. Okay, so information provided on this program, ladies and gentlemen, is for informational and for educational purposes only. It is not intended to substitute for your professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. We want to encourage you guys to always seek the advice of your qualified physician or qualified health provider. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have some medical conditions, and if you do have one right now, you need to call 911 as well, Doc. Right? We got to let them know. Call 911 if you got any issues. We want you to be protected, and we want you to be safe. So thank you so much for that. Hey guys, let me get started because we got some time here today with Doc. I want to make sure we give him the proper president, ladies and gentlemen, President Dr. J.J. Levine, ladies and gentlemen. He is the president of ESSANTE Organics, guys. We're going to talk about that today. He is an expert in wellness physician, award-winning MLM, that's for multi-level marketing leader. Ladies and gentlemen, ESSANTE Organics is a head-hunted and hand-selected him because he is on a mission and focused, trusted, and unwavering ethics, and is extremely successful in the wellness and networking industry. Thank you so much for that, Doc. To work with Dr. Levine, ladies and gentlemen, is to harness his passion, his high energy, focused commitment, and proven business system. He has led ESSANTE Organics Global Health mission since 2011. He graduated from the Life University College, ladies and gentlemen, chiropractic in Marietta, Georgia, not too far from me, right down the street. I'm in Kennesaw, Georgia, so we know exactly where it's at. Thank you so much for that. He's built a renowned and referral-only wellness faculty personality, caring for over 150 patients in a day. Woo! He also, do you know Dr. Joe and Dr. Levine? You know Dr. Joe in Atlanta? Dr.
What's
Joe.
his last name?
Actually, I forgot it. He goes by Dr. Joe here. He's a chiropractor as well known here in Atlanta. I forgot his last name though, but I visit his office a couple of times. But
Okay,
his name
great.
is Dr. Joe. Yeah, I'll talk about that later. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, to date he has cared for over 4,000 patients, many of whom traveled from other countries to receive his care and healthy living guidance. I love it. Today, Dr. JJ, ladies and gentlemen, heads the operation of ESSANTE Organics. We're talking about that today. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the dynasty builder of residual income through direct sales and the real estate and multi-awarding trainer and income earner in direct sales, ladies and gentlemen, wellness trainer of 1,000 and radio personalities, Dr. JJ Levine. Thank you so much, Doc, for being with us today. Wow,
Well, Dr.
incredible.
Vaughan, thank you for that kind introduction. I'm so happy to be here. I appreciate
Oh,
the invite.
appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much, Doc. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. You will learn something today. Our goal is to talk about your health and my health today with Dr. JJ. Hey, Doc, let's get started. And can you kind of open up with some of the biggest health challenges for today? Doc, what are you seeing from your perspective that we're facing?
Well, that's a great question. And what I'm going to share with you, once people think about it, they're going to think, well, that's logical. I should have known that already. And once it sits, it's just
Yeah,
a light's gonna go off, and it's gonna stir up some emotions. It's gonna stir up some people are gonna be like, wow, some people are gonna be angry,
yeah,
but most of all, I want people to be motivated. I want people to know that you're in control of your health.
yeah.
It's not written. You can be well, you can get healthy. And so I would say from my decades of clinical experience, the three biggest challenges
Mm-hmm.
facing families, facing people today are people are becoming more sedentary. Doc, you were talking about people need to be hugged, people
Yeah.
need human contact. And you
Mm,
being a doctor of technology, it's a wonderful time to be alive, to have this technology at our fingertips. I mean, for you and I mean, you're in Atlanta, I'm out here in the desert in Arizona, and you and I are communicating. We're having this
yeah.
video, podcasts, everything. That's incredible. But
Yes, it
we've got
is.
to remember to get out of our offices. We've got to get out of our houses. We've got to get out of our caves, so to speak, and we've got to be face to face, feeling each other's energy. So people are becoming more sedentary. That's one problem, a big problem.
Right. Right.
And people are consuming massive, massive amount of empty calories. And then here's the third thing that people are going to wake up to. Daily, people are slowly poisoning themselves from everyday products they're using. You might have a disconnect now, but hang with me on this.
Right.
And because I'm going to touch back on that in a bit. Here in the West, United States, Canada, Mexico, but
Mm-hmm.
especially here in the United States, nobody's starving from a lack of calories. That's real rare in the United States. We have
Okay.
the cheapest calories anywhere on the planet. But we've got people that are absolutely starving for real
Mm.
nutrition. And you can
Yes, sir.
see people who are obese. They're obese, but they're starving. Don't get me wrong here. They're starving for quality nutrition. And
Mm-hmm.
on top of that, we've got most people poisoning themselves every single day. And I'm not sugarcoating that. They are literally poisoning themselves every single day without even realizing. And
Right.
what is the biggest source? The biggest source is the very products that they're spending money on right now. You can
Wow.
think about you and I and all of your listeners, whether they're watching it live or on, the replay,
Right.
we all woke up and we all did the same thing. Pretty much, we got out of bed and we
Right.
stretched, we
Yep.
did our business, we brushed our teeth,
Yep.
got in a shower, maybe we washed our hair, we washed our bodies, we we maybe we shaved, we
Yeah.
got out, we put a deodorant on, maybe some people put cologne on or perfume on. We
Yeah.
put clothes on that have been washed with a detergent of some sort. Women might have put makeup on. I can go on and on and on, but statistically, the average woman leaves her house in the morning by 9 a.m. with hundreds of toxic ingredients in
Yeah.
her body.
Yes, sir.
Not from the food that she ate, not from the air, and we could talk
Right.
about that at a later date, but
Yep.
from her personal care products. And us guys are not much better.
Mm-hmm.
And people are shocked to hear that. And we're going to talk a little bit about more about that. But I have a simple solution I want to touch on, and it's called ditch and switch.
Okay.
And as the president of Asante Organics for the past 15 years, that's exactly what we do. We are literally the online USD organic and toxic-free superstore, and we help
Yeah.
you switch to products that are
Yeah.
guaranteed to work as well or better than anything you've used before. And you'll never put another toxic ingredient on your body again because those companies and those products that you're supporting with your hard-earned dollars, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They're literally poisoning you. Does that
Right.
mean, oh, you're brushing your teeth with that product today or using that deodorant tomorrow and you're going to drop dead tomorrow? God forbid. No. But this is a slow drip, toxic overload poisoning that you're doing to yourself.
Wow. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to the president of Asante Organics. He is a doctor, ladies and gentlemen. He's an expert wellness physician and award-winning leader in the area of business, guys, as well. So we're excited about having him in today. You know, Doc, I was really concerned. I think most of the time, I'm looking at that, we get so much advertisement, as you know, on the wrong stuff. Again, not knocking any company. I'm not even going to go into that. But the thing is, we're not getting our best health through our advertisement, as you know. And guess what, Doc? We're not doing our own research either. We don't know how to research, Doc, enough to see is this the right product? Label reading, I think we talk about that as well, understanding what needs to go into your body. Doc, can you talk a little bit about how important it is to really know what you're taking, what you're doing, consuming, I should say, as well? So important.
Yeah, we teach people to be conscious consumers.
Yeah, yeah,
And I know people who have, they're starting to see
yeah,
this now. And the interesting thing is, this is not the 1980s anymore.
right.
This is almost the 2030s. We're in the late
Yeah,
2020s now.
yes, sir.
And you being the doctor of technology, you know this.
Yeah,
Most people on this planet now, or at least
right.
here in the West, are walking around with a computer in their pocket.
Yep,
And I think people are waking up. We're having a grand awakening now where we're not as impacted by
yeah,
their marketing tricks
yeah,
anymore.
right,
And now, in a moment of time, somebody can pick out that computer that's in their pocket, their cell phone, and they can look up this information. And you mentioned
right,
label reading. I always suggest people start at the bottom of an
right.
ingredient label, work your way up.
Yeah,
And you've got this computer in your pocket. Start looking up these ingredients, and you're going to be shocked to find that many of these ingredients, as you dive into this, are
yeah.
linked to things way worse than skin and eye irritation, and that's bad enough. I mean, you're going to
Mhm.
talk about neurological, immunological, reproductive, developmental problems that modern science has shown that they contribute to. And
Yep.
people would say, it's only a few drops, it's a few micrograms, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We were designed brilliantly, brilliantly. And
Yeah.
we know, our body knows that if we're given anything to put on the largest organ in our body, our skin, we put
Hmm.
anything on there or anything in our mouth, and if it's from the Garden of Eden, we have been designed to know exactly what to do with those ingredients.
Hmm.
Our body does not know what to do with the parabens, the phenoxyethanols, the butylene glycols, all the preservatives, chemicals. I could go on and on,
Yes, sir.
toxic chemicals. And this builds up over time. And in our body's wisdom, we take those toxins and we
Yeah.
store them away. We try to keep them out of the bloodstream if we can.
Yeah.
We in areas of our body like our fat cells, our biofilm, you name it. But eventually it gets to a point, you're getting in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, that your body's overloaded and it can't take it anymore.
Wow.
So I really implore people to not poo-poo this idea because we
Hmm.
have an easy way for people to ditch and switch. Take your health seriously. It's
Right.
very, very important. You can make very minor changes today with how you spend your money, who you spend your money with
Hmm.
non-compromising products that you are going to love just as much or more. And you can
Right.
remove those toxins from your life and really add, in my opinion, life to your years and years to your life, and at
Mhm.
least give you greater vibrancy for sure.
Oh, I love it, Doc. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is My Health, Your Health with Kevin Vaughan, my wonderful guest, ladies and gentlemen, west of the Mississippi, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. JJ. We're talking about Asante products, Asante organic products, and he is the president and CEO of this wonderful company. Doc, I was going to ask you, you talked about the chronic disease and prevention here as well. Um, think about our young adults. Man, our young adults. Can you talk to our young adults a little bit too as well? Because they need to understand too that their bodies are going to grow and they're going to age and get older, but they don't want to have issues when they get older, like me. I'll just use me. But anyway, can you talk to our young adults out there, please? A
Yeah,
little.
young adults, I'm going to sound like an old timer now because I
Yeah,
think of myself is 20 years old. I do. And Dr. Vaughn, I know you do too. We
yeah,
remembered it was just like yesterday. I remember
absolutely.
running around Marietta, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, having
Yep,
fun,
yep,
going to the
yep.
varsity. I
Oh
remember
yeah,
all that.
absolutely. I still go every now and then.
And I remember what it felt like to feel invincible and say, it's going to happen to those people. It's not going to happen to us.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
And
Woo. I know
trust
what you're
me, young
saying.
people, trust me. I know I sound like an old timer. You're going to be my
Yep.
age like
Yep.
that.
We
I
sure
promise.
hope so. Praise God for you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I promise you this,
Wow.
as we age and the longer we age, we look
Yes.
back and we've got the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. The
Yeah.
shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And I'm very thankful. I was raised in a natural health and wellness home.
Yeah.
Um, my wife and I, we delivered our son at home.
Mhm.
He was raised
Wonderful.
naturally. Now our grandson is being raised the exact same way. But
Amen.
are there things as I reflect back that I could have done better? And I'll just speak for me, for myself
Mhm.
personally. Absolutely. And I will tell you, young adults, this the older you get, I
Yeah.
promise you, it doesn't get easier. So
No, it doesn't.
invest in your health, wellness, and longevity now. And it's not going to
Yeah.
cramp your style. It's not going to take a lot
Right.
of it. Just get in that habit now. Get
Yeah.
in that
Right.
habit now. And you can still have fun. Everything's going to be great, I promise. But those dividends, you do
Yeah.
that when you're 20s and 30s. And then when you
Right.
get like me knocking at the door of 60s,
Yeah.
you're going to be so thankful you did that. So thankful.
Oh, absolutely, Doc. Doc, data does not lie, as you know. There is so much data on dialysis issues, right? People have to get that, kidney replacements. I don't know if you can do a liver replacement or not, but a lot of folks are getting stuff taken out or surgery and stuff. And we're trying to minimize that. And I'm gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to stay out of the hospital. I love my doctors and nurses, but I'm trying to stay out of there as much as possible for me to be a patient. I don't mind visiting, but I don't want to be a patient in there, Doc. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is very serious, and I think most of us are coming around. I think, like you said, Doc, are coming around to saying, "Man, I got to do something better with my body." Things happen. They're now promoting where young people are losing their teeth. Young adults are losing their teeth already. What is going on with that, Doc? I said,
Yeah.
"What? They're just amazing." I said, "Why is that happening?" Just
It,
incredible.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. We
Yeah,
got to reverse that. And I don't know if this
yeah,
is still true, but I think I
yeah,
remember a year or two ago somebody mentioning that this
yeah,
generation now is the first
yeah,
generation that they're saying is not going to live as long as the generation before, where it's always been better
yeah,
and better. And so it goes back to some of the things that we spoke about.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
you
Amazing.
mentioned getting kidneys replaced and this and that. I'll
Yeah.
tell you this. God
Oh,
didn't give us spare parts. He
no,
didn't
he
give us
didn't.
too many organs or too little drugs in our body. I can tell you that. Now,
Yeah.
listen, this isn't a slam against medicine. I mean, thank
Right,
God
right.
in the United States, we've got the best medicine,
Yeah,
best medical system in the
absolutely.
world.
Yes,
And
sir.
if you're having an emergency situation, man, there's no
Yeah,
better place to be but the United States. But
yeah.
here's the thing.
Mm.
Wellness, keeping yourself well or
Yeah,
getting yourself
yeah,
well is
yeah,
a totally different animal. That's what I'm
yeah.
talking about here. So
Exactly, exactly, Doc.
chronic
Yeah.
disease, yeah, as you're saying, Doc, chronic disease is a serious situation. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. But here's the great thing. Your destiny is not just by choosing your grandparents wisely. I mean, that's part of it, genetics.
Hmm.
But what we put in our body, through
Yeah,
our mouth, on our skin, and how much we move makes
yeah.
a profound effect on our
Right.
health outcome. And I would tell people if you're concerned, even if you're in your 20s, 30s, if you're
Yeah.
being smart, you're saying, hey, I want to prevent, I want to do whatever I
Right,
can to
right.
prevent these chronic diseases. One
Yeah.
thing I recommend for families, no matter what age you are, if you're
Right.
physically able to do this, you know, doc, you're the doctor of technology. Now is a great time to have free biometrics right at your fingertips.
Hmm.
So I have this smartwatch. I can open up
Yes, sir.
this. I've got my blood pressure,
Yeah,
digital blood
yeah,
pressure stuff.
yeah.
I would submit to you that if you don't have these type of devices, get
Hmm.
them, track them, monitor,
Right,
and get out. If you're physically able to get out there and start moving, my goal right now is to get at least 15,000 steps a day. Now, you might not be there.
right.
If you're a person right now who's obese or has limitations, but you're physically able to move, if your doctor says it's okay to move, just do something, even if it's just
Yeah,
walking in your house a few steps. Even if
right.
you can only walk to your mailbox,
Yeah,
start where you can and just gently improve and push
yeah.
yourself. I remember there was a time that I wanted to get 10,000 steps a day. That's great. Now I
Right.
go for 15,000 steps a day. And people say, well, I'm so busy. I'm this, I'm that. I promise you, I'm a busy guy. I'm out
Yeah,
here in Arizona. It's 100 and something degrees. What do? I set my alarm clock to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to get
yeah,
out. It's free. I walk. I do it. I get it because
yeah.
it's important. It's important. I want to be here for my grandchildren. I want to
Absolutely.
live as healthy as I can as I get into my older years.
Yeah, absolutely, Doc. And Doc, as you know, the body is amazing. It'll let you know what's going on, what you need to pay attention to, and that's where you get with the professionals, guys, in that area to find out what's going on. Doc, one thing I can say for sure that helped me tremendously through my primary care physician is getting my blood work done. Doc, I had to get my blood work, man, 100%. I'm talking about A to Z range, folks. And again, I'm not the doctor, but I highly recommend through your primary care physician get your blood work done to see what's going on there, guys. And then you can take, based on what their recommendations are, you can take action. And I was vitamin D3 and B12 deficient, didn't know it, having all kind of issues. And my eyesight was going crazy. And it was just that. When I got it all fixed, I don't even wear prescription glasses all the time now, Doc, because of the D3 and B12 levels are now at level where they need to be on a regular basis. So, folks, your body will tell you, hey, something's going on, but do your research. You got to get with people like Doc and find out what's going on, and then you take the action that you want to do. That's what this is all about, guys. My health, your health. But I wanted to bring on Doc because he is qualified to talk about some of these areas that we're talking about today. Doc, you already talked about the environmental health and everyday choice area a little bit, but let's talk about the solution because we want to hear solutions. We want to hear that healthier future as well. That's what this is all about. ESSANTE Organics is about the healthier future. Doc, tell me why you're so excited about these wonderful products and business as well.
Well, I'm excited because we're offering a very simple solution.
Yeah,
It's really ultimately, I say it's basically three tiers.
yeah,
And the first tier is this. We start with everyone, especially if you're in your 30s or older. The first
yeah,
thing we want to do is offer you a cleanse. Now, I know when people hear cleanse, they get scared. They think, oh my goodness, this is going to cost me hundreds of dollars. I've got to radically change my diet. I'm going to be
yeah,
home by my toilet. No,
yeah.
no, no. That's the other guys. My cleanse
Uh-huh.
is a fraction of the cost of those. It's only a 3-day commitment. And the best part is you live your day like you normally. You don't have to change your diet. You literally it's called phyto cleanse. You're going to have like 4 or 5 capsules a night for 3 nights in a row, and you're done. And the best part is, unlike the other cleanses, it's not
Yeah.
just designed to clean out your digestive and elimination tract. It's
Hmm.
designed to help all of your organs. I mentioned the word biofilm with your parasites,
Right.
toxins, all that stuff gets trapped. This helps release that naturally using magnesium and certain enzymes. It's a phenomenal product. People love it, and the effects are amazing. Once we do that, we've got a clean palette we can
Hmm.
start with now. The next
Hmm.
thing we do that's coupled with that is we understand this that 70%, 70% of your immune system is right here in your gut. And you show me
Hmm.
a person who's unhealthy, I'm going
Yeah.
to show you somebody who's got an unhealthy gut. So if you
Gotcha.
want to be healthy, you've got to get this gut healthy. So by the time we're in our late
Wow.
30s, early 40s, we've lost a good chunk of our digestive capability. And
Wow.
yeah, so we have a way to help you with this. Now, here's what happens. Enzymes control everything in the human body,
Okay.
every chemical process, including digestion, but everything.
Okay.
Your body produces enzymes, sure,
Whew.
and you've got a store of enzymes. But by
Yeah.
the time you get to your upper 30s, 40s, what happens is this those stores are starting to decrease. Your efficiency of your salivary glands, your pancreas, and the other organs that are producing these
Hmm.
enzymes can start to wane. And then as you get older, 60s and 70s, you can
Yeah.
really see a difference. And that's
Yeah.
why when people get to my age, they say, well, often, well, I can't eat the way I used to eat.
Right. Right.
So here's part of the issue. Everything or most of the things that we eat on a daily basis are cooked. They're heated, they're steamed, what have you. And I understand that's important because it can kill the bad bacteria. But the problem is you're also denaturing the enzymes at the same time. So
Hmm.
if you and I were in a garden right now and we were eating a raw apple right from a
Right.
tree, fresh
Right.
apple, carrot, broccoli, whatever, loaded with enzymes, loaded. And more our body knows what to do with it, and it knows how to turn it into new eye tissue, liver tissue, kidney tissue, skin tissue, everything. But because
Hmm.
we're eating cooked foods, we need enzymes. So we have a product called Daily Digest. I recommend people take two of those little tiny
Hmm.
enzymes 5 minutes before they eat. Daily Digest. And then we have something called probiotic flora. And the reason why we need probiotics is this, we
Hmm.
get to these ages, is Doc, you and I grew up in the antibiotic generation.
Yes,
And
sir.
we did. And hey, listen, antibiotics have saved lives. God
Right.
bless it. They have.
Right.
But we've also grew up in the time that antibiotics were given for every little sniffle and sneeze when they shouldn't have been doing that. And we also grew up in the age where antibacterial chemicals, synthetics, were added to our personal care products, our soaps, our toothpaste. Toothpaste had things like triclosan and whatnot in it. And what
Hmm.
that's done is it has literally killed some bad bacteria. That's good, but it's also killed good bacteria. Here's some common sense stuff that a lot of people don't know about.
Okay.
We have a synergistic, symbiotic relationship occurring in our body with little bacteria and critters. We couldn't live without that bacteria. They're microscopic, and it's called our gut microbiome.
Wow.
When we've had even one course of antibiotics, or we've been exposed to these antibacterial things, we have
Hmm.
disrupted that flora, that good bacteria, that balance in our gut, which again, remember, 70% of your immune system's in the gut. So daily, we get to our 30s and 40s and beyond, we need to be replenishing, repopulating that. So my probiotic floor is the one probiotic that I know of on the market that's designed to, once you swallow it, to actually continue to grow and colonize the good bacteria in your
Hmm.
gut. By the way, our chief formulator for our nutritional division is a
Hmm.
Nobel Prize finalist in gut health and physiology
I love it.
and incredible products. So I've had people that I've tried enzymes before, I've tried probiotics before.
Hmm.
Ours is a totally different situation. So you got to get yourself some good digestive enzymes. Probiotics. Take it 5 minutes before every meal, especially cooked meals, and extra
Hmm.
especially if you're having animal-based protein. Your milks, your porks, your beefs, your
Hmm.
fish, your chicken. You've got to have. If you're having raw fruits or vegetables,
Yeah.
that sort of, you're good to go. You're good to go. And
Um,
that's the next tier. So we talked about cleansing. We're a cleansing company. We also talked about keeping your gut healthy. The
hmm.
next thing I want to talk about, really the second tier, is pH balance.
Okay.
Every living thing on this planet operates at an optimal pH level.
Okay.
pH stands for potential hydrogen. And if
Okay.
you test it, it might be on a scale from 0 to 14, where 0 to 6 point something is acidic. 7 right in the middle is neutral. Your water
Hmm.
coming out of your tap at your house is probably 7. And local municipalities try to do that. Anything above 7 is alkaline or basic. Well, if you look at medical physiology texts, us humans, operate best with a blood
Yeah.
pH of 7.365, slightly
Okay.
alkaline, 7.365. And here's the
Hmm.
situation here in the West, especially. We are living very acidic lifestyles. We're exposed to acidic foods all day long. We're
Yeah.
eating overabundance of animal protein. We're consuming coffees, teas,
Right.
alcohols, empty calories, and the list goes on of acidic things. Now, there's going to be some people who watch this live or on the replay and they go, okay, here he goes. He's going to talk about diet affecting your
Right.
pH level. And the internet says this, or my training says that. And guess what? They are right. Again, in the infinite wisdom that we've been designed with, our body all by itself, even if you're eating junk food, fast food, drinking soda, drinking alcohol, I'm not
Yeah.
advocating any of that stuff, smoking, if you're doing all that acidic stuff, your
Right.
body's going to still try to keep it in that tight pH
Woo.
range, 7.365. But here's the piece,
Mm.
the piece of the information that they're not talking about that people are missing.
Okay.
Why do you want your body to work harder than it has to? So it's going to use the lungs, it's going to use the kidneys, it's going to do
Yeah.
whatever it can to help buffer that acidity. By the way, where
Wow.
can it get a lot of those buffering agents? From your bones, your calcium
Mm.
bones. And then we wonder why we have such a
Wow.
problem with osteoporosis,
Yeah.
right? From
Yeah.
this acidic lifestyle. So I tell people, your body's marvelous, but why make it work harder? If you eat a diet rich in
Yeah.
green leafy vegetables and fruits, eating low on the food chain, you're going to be amazing. Remember, God gave us eyes to see and God gave us hands to grasp. Our eyes are attracted to those colorful fruits and vegetables, and our hands to grab them. Don't go against what we were designed to do. Have that. And I would recommend that people eat as many of those as they can. And here's the thing, when you're talking about supplementation,
Yes, sir.
and as a chiropractor for 30 something years, I could tell you this. And for those who haven't seen this, you can go online, you can Google it, you can do whatever. Look up undigested vitamin tablets on x-rays. I saw countless people who came in with low back pain. I showed them their low back x-ray, showed them their low back was out,
Yeah.
but I also showed them that their synthetic vitamins were going in one end out the other.
Right.
Here's our supplements. We've got organic super reds. We've
Yeah.
got like earth greens, for
Yep.
example. This is just two of 100 something products we have. These are made with 100% USDA organic ingredients. And we're not talking about juice powders, juice resins, concentrates, whole vegetables, whole fruits, organic, no heat dehydration, ionically charged, and you're not paying for water liquid weight like a juice, because if you buy a juice, ladies and gentlemen, a juice being sold in the West has to be pasteurized. Remember what I said about heat? Even if it's flash pasteurized, you've denatured the enzymes. It has preservatives in it. And at the end of the day, you're not getting as much nutrition as you think you are versus a concentrated, delicious powder.
Yeah.
So the next thing is that the second tier is we want to help you get pH balance. Think about anybody who's listening that has had a pool or a spa. You check the
Mm-hmm.
pH. If the pH is off, your pool or spa is going to go green. If you've ever had a fish tank, if the pH is off, your fish is going to get sickly or die. And that
That's
doesn't
right.
mean you need to take that fish and medicate it, cut organs out. You don't need to do that. You need to address and adjust the
Wow.
environment. Well, our environment
Yeah.
is in here. So you get that
Wow.
environment working right, you get that gut clean, you get that pH balance, and we have
Yeah.
tests. You can, I was talking about biometrics, you can test your pH at home,
Right.
going to be doing so much better. And then I would say the third and final tier that I recommend to people, and this is all simple stuff, I alluded to it
Yeah.
in the beginning, Doc, is ditch and switch. Ditch and switch. So once now that you're educated, you become a label reader. You don't want your family exposed to that garbage. You start seeing things like, oh my goodness, this toothpaste that I've used for my 30, 40, 50,
Yeah.
70
Yeah.
years of on the box, it literally says if more than you use for brushing is accidentally swallowed, contact poison control your medical doctor right away. And you're like, I never saw that before. And you never saw it before because you open the box, you throw the box
Right.
away. Now
Right.
you've got the tube and it doesn't say it on the tube.
Right.
It's
Right.
literally a toxic thing. And then you might say, well, I'm just using the right amount to brush my teeth and I'm not swallowing it. And I would say,
Wow.
you are swallowing it. You are swallowing it because
Yeah.
I know you're spitting out most of it, but
Right.
anything that goes under your tongue is in your bloodstream in a matter of seconds. So
Yep.
want people to feel overwhelmed. I
Right.
think the very first step is take that toothpaste that you're spending hard-earned money on, ditch it, and switch it for ESSANTE Organic Sparkle tooth polish. You're going to love the taste. You're going to love the function. And it's USDA bio-based. It still kills 99.9% of the germs, bacteria, virus, and fungus. Your teeth are going to be bright, beautiful. You're still going to get your great dental checkups, the whole thing. And that's a baby step. Just take that first step and you're going to see that you're not
Yeah.
compromising, and you're just going to love it. So that's my whole thing. And then you said excited about business.
Yeah.
I'm looking to help people live healthy as and as vibrant as they can. But for
Mm-hmm.
your listeners who are entrepreneurial, I
Mm-hmm.
do have a business opportunity. You mentioned, Doc, about these commercials that can
Yeah.
drain patients.
Yeah.
Well, the way we market is this, it's kind of unique.
Yes.
With the way we have a marketing team, but ultimately we want to pay you to tell people about
Mm-hmm.
us. We want to pay
Mm-hmm.
you to get people educated. We want to pay you to take what you've learned here today and share it with others. And how do we do that? We talked about ditch and switch. Well, we've got
Right.
ditch, switch, and we want to pay you to assist. So how
Right.
do we do that? Well, Doc, you've got a website. Dr. Vaughan has partnered with us,
Yes.
and
Yes.
you can go to his website and you can click join and save. When you click join and save on Dr. Vaughan's website, you're going to have three options. You can be a retail customer, you can be a wholesale customer, save money,
Mm-hmm.
or if you are entrepreneurial, if you get what I'm talking about, you choose option three, you can be an organic affiliate, an influencer with our company. It doesn't mean that you have to go out and knock doors. I mean, if you
Right.
want, you can build your business always and always. You can do this part
Yeah.
time. Bottom line is, again, in this digital age, it's so easy to share this. We're doing podcasts, radio shows, we're doing lives, Zooms. We're doing this all the time. All you have to do is direct people to the information. They're going
Yep.
to get educated, and then organically, they're going to make the wise decision. And then we want to pay you for that referral once they start ordering products. And then as they reorder and reorder and reorder and so on and so on, we want to keep on paying you because here's the thing. You take my company out of the equation. Every
Mm-hmm.
man, child who's watching this live or on the replay, they use
Yes, sir.
products today. And as those products, as the tube of toothpaste starts getting harder to squeeze because there's not a lot in there, their shampoo's getting lower, their nutritional
Yeah.
powder
Yeah.
is lower, their air cleaner, air sprayer, kitchen cleaner, whatever, as it's getting low, they're just going to instinctively
Yeah.
go to the store and buy more, or it used to be brick and mortar. Now we've become a society of click and order. People are going to go on the website and buy more, and it's going to be delivered. Well, we do the same thing. You're going to
Yeah.
have a website that people can go to. They can click and order, and then we're going to do the heavy lifting. We're going to deliver the product to your house through FedEx or USPS, and we're going
Mhm.
to pay you. So pretty simple.
Amen. Absolutely, Doc. Thank you so much. What a great segue, guys. Hey, first of all, guys, if you're listening around the globe, you guys go to Asante Organics. You can go there, but also asanteorganics.com/MLT Health. MLT Health, that'll get you to the website, guys, as well, so you can check it out as well. AsanteOrganics.com/MLT Health, guys. Check it out, guys. I got folks over in UK, Norway, around the globe, guys. You guys check it out and looking forward to it. And if you guys need more information, just hit me up in the DM. I don't care if you're on YouTube or chat box or wherever it's at, guys. TikTok, I got a lot of TikTok followers, Doc. So we're going to make sure they see this today as well, and they need to really think about and hear what you said today about their wonderful health as well. So we're so excited. Hey guys, we've been talking to Dr. JJ Levine, ladies and gentlemen, on our health challenges today. We've been talking to him about chronic disease and prevention, and of course, environmental health areas. And then last but not least, the solution. Because Doc, we hear about the problems all the time, but I want to know, how do I fix this? And guys, you just got a solution. You got a solution, guys. We want the best for you. And it's all about our health, Doc. That's all it is. It's about our best health yet. I got one of my mentors, Doc. He talks about getting to your optimum self, getting to your optimum health. But you got to have the right inputs, right? The right products and services. And guys, that's where Asante Organics comes in. That's what Doc is president of. Guys, he's president of the company. And if you got any questions, of course, the information is on the website as well. Well, Doc, I thank you so much for your time. I want to give you some final thoughts and also give us a call to action, Doc. Anything you'd like to say for final thoughts? Thank you so much.
Well, this is going to sound like a fantasy, but I've got a vision for the future. And
Oh,
it's
I
not
love it.
impossible because there are areas on our planet that this is occurring. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not
Yeah.
occurring here in the United States, but I remain hope. So if I had the opportunity to advise government leaders, and
Yeah.
industry executives, I would tell them to look at what's working, let's say in Japan. And I say
Right.
Japan because if you look
Wow.
around the globe, there are a few areas called blue zones.
All
blue
right.
zones. And in
Okay.
blue
Okay.
zones, this is where people, they have a high population of people that are centenarians, people that live to be 100 years old and older. And I'm
Yeah.
not talking about 100 years old in a nursing home.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Right.
they're acting like
Right.
they're in their 60s. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if
I
you
love it.
study that, there's some commonalities.
Yes. Yes.
They're moving, they're eating organic fruits and vegetables. They're what you alluded to before, they're connected with people,
Yes.
live
Yes.
people.
Yes.
So we help you do that. We help you
Yeah.
create a blue zone in your own home. You don't have to
Yeah.
live in Japan. And if I had the ear of people in the United States, I would, and I know it comes
Yeah.
down to money, I would stop supporting the big lobbyists, the big
Yeah.
food, the big
Right.
industries. Let's get our people healthy. In Japan, I think they even have a setup where
Yeah.
companies that have employees, they have to be
Right.
at a certain weight on average. And if they go above that,
Absolutely.
they get fined. So, and
Yeah.
children in Japan are taught at an early age how to
Right.
build their plate, their meal
Yeah.
of all the
Yeah.
right proteins and
Wow.
phytonutrients that they're supposed to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we need. We need better education here.
Absolutely, Doc. And Doc, I heard years ago, I think one of my pastors was teaching about this, but there's certain ingredients and chemicals and things that some countries won't even have. They banned it. Things that we're using, they banned those same chemicals or ingredients. I said, wow, that's a clue right there.
There's products that we sell here in the United States that we sell that same product abroad,
Yeah,
but the ingredient list is different because they won't allow it in there. So
right. Exactly. So that's very serious. But ladies and gentlemen, that's a clue. That's what Doc is saying. This is a clue that maybe it's not good for me either, right? Over here, right? Obviously. So we got to look at all that. Our goal is to get you to your optimum self, your best self yet. I tell you guys, we want to be around for our grandchildren, great grandchildren, and maybe beyond that, right? Just depends. But the goal is to keep you to your best health. And that's where Dr. JJ comes in at, guys. Hey, guys, I want you to go to the website, check everything out there. Also, ESSANTEorganics.com, ESSANTEorganics.com/MLT Health. That'll get you started there as well. Any questions, guys, you can definitely put that in the chat and the information there, or you can go directly to the website. They got a great, awesome website, no doubt about it. Very professionally done. You can see a part of it here. Powerful products, guys. Our goal is to get you to your best self yet so you can enjoy your wonderful life. Doc, thank you so much. We got to have you back periodically to talk about whatever we got going on you think we need to hear about, because it's about information today. About 74% of the planet is on the internet right now doing something. So, we got to be on the internet too, telling them about the good stuff. I love it.
thank you for this opportunity, Doc. I appreciate what you're doing. It's an honor to join you today.
Oh, my honor is mine. Thank you so much, Doc, as well. Doc, hold on. We get ready to close out here. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we thank God for Doc being with us today and his family. We thank God for you as well, folks. We just want to give you the best. God wants the best for you. That's all I'm saying. He wants the best, and he's put everything on the planet to make sure that can happen for you. But it has to be based on knowledge, information, and in some cases training, right, as well. So we want you guys to continue to learn, continue to earn, and ask those questions. You can also get in touch with Doc if you need to ask a professional question. You can get in touch with him through the company as well. ESSANTEorganics.com. You can get in touch with him through that or through my website, guys, ESSANTEorganics.com/MLT Health, guys, MLT Health. Thank you so much for that. Hey, guys, remember, as my mentor would say, Doc, remember to always outlove, outserve, and outforgive each other. And we'll see you next time on My Health, Your Health with Kevin Vaughan and my wonderful guest today, Dr. JJ Levine. Thank you, Doc, for your time today. Appreciate you so much, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Y'all take care. Hey, don't forget to share this out to all your social media platforms, guys. We want everybody. I want at least 1,000 people around the globe, Doc, to see this today. So, guys, you guys push that out and help me make that happen. And we'll see you next time on My Health, Your Health with Kevin Vaughan. And once again, Dr. JJ. God bless you, everybody. Take care.
Bless you. Bye-bye.